Cheers, Dorothy Schwetz. Thanks for joining me on Brite Cast today. Let's start off with a little bit about yourself and how you got involved doing all the different things that you do, and we'll go from there.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for having me, Mike.
Yeah, of course.
I'm excited. I'm excited about your podcast. It's
Thank
really
you.
entertaining. Okay, so I have been doing hair for 27 years.
27.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, which is weird, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm 27, so.
Yeah, exactly. I just came out cutting hair.
Right. And I also am a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I specialize in natural light photography for families, high school seniors, kids, whatever. Love it. And I also do bridal work for hair, makeup, not photography. That's just hair and makeup.
Yeah.
So I do on-site work when it's needed.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's cool. And you're starting to do some pizza classes, which is cool. We'll get into
Yes,
that later.
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
So what did you do first? Was it hair?
Yes.
You went to what, PR Partners?
Yes. So I actually started so I'll give you the little background here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do hair in high school. I wanted to do cosmetology. My dad, being an engineer, had higher hopes, I think, for my career and thought I
What,
would
like doctor?
something, doctor,
Lawyer?
anything, whatever. So he just didn't want me to commit to something like that in high school where it was, I think, 2 or 3 classes a day, and I would fill my schedule with that focus.
Yeah.
And so he thought,
My niece is doing that right now.
yeah, I mean, it's really smart. You
Yeah.
come out with a trade that you can use and make money at right away,
Right.
basically for free.
Yeah.
So but he just thought that wasn't good guidance. Maybe I should keep my eyes open a little bit through high school and look at other things. And I liked graphic design, actually. So
Yeah.
I thought I might pursue a career in that. So after high school, I went to Nova.
Me too.
I had a tough time graduating high school. I was very social. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And just didn't have I have to see the goal, and I just didn't have that vision. So I went to Nova to kind of please my dad. That was kind of like what we worked into, and I didn't like it. It was like high school part 2.
What were you doing at Nova?
Taking the regular
Just the
freshman
essentials for the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I knew a lot of people.
More
from high school.
history, more
Math,
stupid
English,
math. Yeah.
Everything was like never ending. And at the time, I had gotten a job making pretty good money for an 18-year-old, and at a call center.
Okay.
And so it was like kind of bougie. Like we had to dress up, and we got a pretty good salary. So I just didn't feel like I needed to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
So I stopped going. I didn't tell my dad or my mom. I just kind of stopped going and just acted as if every day I was going off to school and I was actually going to work, and I just kind of like let that happen. So then a report card shows up in the mail, and my dad came at me with, all of the questions and what's happening.
You're like,
and,
"Ugh."
yeah, busted. So he kind of just looked at me and said, "You have to do something. What do you want to do?" And I said, I want to do hair. Like I really think I want to go try to, find a school and go learn how to do hair. And he's like, okay. Like at this point, he's just like, you got to do something, anything. So I called around to salons. I called Bill's hair salon at Tackett's Mill, and
Bill's Hair Salon.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's actually where I got my senior prom hair done.
Okay.
It was one of the nicer salons in the Woodbridge
Interesting
area.
name for
Bill's.
a nice
Yeah.
salon.
Tackett's Mill.
Nothing more appropriate.
Yeah.
Exotic salon. I don't know.
I know. I went to Bill's.
Yeah.
And someone there said, tell her to go to Graham Webb in Arlington.
Yeah.
And so we made an appointment for a consultation and went down there, and it was really exciting because my life the parameters were really just in the suburbs. I never got to go in the city very often. So going to Arlington and getting to, just seeing people on the street. And I remember we walked up to
That's
where
very you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We walked up to where the studio or the university was or whatever. And there was a girl outside smoking a cigarette with fishnet stockings.
Oh.
And this hot pink glassy lip gloss and long hair. And I'm like, I want to do this. This is cool. This is where I need to be. Like, I just immediately was drawn into it. So we interviewed, we sat down, we went over the cost, and that was it. I signed up and went home, and I was going to hair school.
Yeah. Was it expensive at the time?
Yeah,
I mean, Graham Webb's pretty well known.
wasn't what it is now. I mean,
Yeah.
Graham Webb's not there anymore, but from what I think, hair schools can be 30 in the proximity, somewhere around there.
Better than 200,000 to 400,000, like
Yeah.
going to 4-year school that you don't even use, and then you're paying back loans forever.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I always felt like I got the better end of the deal in that. And so, so I started, and I had to drive from Woodbridge to Arlington every day to be, I think school started at 9. So I needed to leave by 7 something and drive in rush hour every morning and get there. And, I loved it though. So,
Yeah, but you're learning something, and if you're actually passionate about it, if you had to do that to go to Nova,
no. Right. You're right.
you're
Yeah.
not doing it.
It was worth it to me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's how
exactly.
you know you found something that you want,
right?
because it doesn't feel like a big deal.
Right.
You have to wait in traffic.
So how many years did that take?
Well, so I'm actually a beauty school dropout.
Oh, okay. Dun, dun, dun.
So I got a job at my first salon in Springfield Mall, and it was called Canese, and it was owned by Kim and Frank McAleese, and so their names mixed together, and it was exciting, and they actually told me that as I was doing shampoo, and I was an assistant for one of the head stylists, Terrell, and who I'm still in touch with a little bit. And they said that, you can actually get on the floor and do hair if you have an apprentice license. And then you don't pay for school anymore. So I'm like, well, that seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So I stopped going to hair school. I didn't pay for the rest of the payments or whatever it was. I'm kind of, that part's a blur, but and so I got to start cutting hair as an apprentice, and I lied about my age and my name. My name was Vanessa Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my boss didn't feel like Dorothy was marketable, so
Really?
a lot of people had alias names, and I think she was really big into changing your name, and she still is to this day, that I've noticed about her. And so that was just a thing. Everybody had different names. A lot of us did, not everybody. So I was Vanessa, and then I made it funny by saying my last name was Fox, and then that was actually what was written in all my equipment. And I lied about my age. I think I was 19, and I would say I was 24.
Just
So-
it seems like you have more experience.
Yes.
If they book someone.
They trusted me more. Oh, I've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah.
This isn't my first day.
So how long were you there at that place?
Like a little over a year or two, somewhere in that ballpark. I ended up leaving because the culture there wasn't my vibe. And I don't want to throw out all the bad stuff about it, but I just
Well, I mean,
Kinda
salons
started-
can be tumultuous.
a little toxic.
For sure.
Yeah. So I got some really good information. I still have some friends there that I really care about, but I just that environment wasn't for me. So, and I actually questioned whether or not I was cut out for the industry. I didn't know if I was going to have what it takes to be I don't know how to word this without sounding
cutthroat?
weird, but yeah, cutthroat and a little fake and a little superficial.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of wanted something that was a little bit more meaningful, I guess. And I wasn't sure if this was going to be it for me, although I was still very attracted to the culture of fashion and hair and, cities and going. I wanted to go to New York and do hair.
Yeah.
So I left, and I actually went to Chili's here in this town in Manassas at Bull Run Plaza.
Chili's?
I did. Yep.
You did hair at Chili's?
I did hair at Chili's. No, I'm sorry. I waited tables.
Oh, wait, a table. Okay. I was like, I don't think that might be a HIPAA violation or something.
So I just wasn't sure. I kind of was taking a break from everything and trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I was at a nightclub. Oh gosh. And I think I was with Jesse, and we were hanging out. It was like Buzz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nations, right?
Nation,
Is it
yeah.
Nation. And so there was a guy there named Ferdinand who I met that worked for PR Partners. And I told him, I was with the hair industry for a little while, and it didn't seem to really work out for me. I'm not sure what I want to do. And he's like, don't stop doing hair. actually, here's my number. Call me Monday. I'll set you up with an interview, maybe at my location, which was in Tyson's. So I called and he got me in there. And the thing that stunk for me is I had to go back to washing hair. So
Starting from ground zero again. Yeah.
So I had been on the floor bringing in my own money and all that, and then I had to like go back because I didn't have a license yet.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing that under the apprenticeship program. So I was like back to this again, and it was difficult for me to get motivated. And those are the times when you're, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, and you're kind of just figuring everything out. You don't know what's right for you yet. You're testing a lot of waters.
And if you don't have like some sort of calling sort of thing that you're supposed to do, is like, do I like this enough to do it every day for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it was just tough to like know if I was in the right place. So I was dating somebody that worked at Tyson's, and I would hang out with him a lot. I'd go over and hang out. He worked at Aldo. Do you remember that shoe store?
Oh, yeah.
And I would go hang out with him, and I was getting like paper towels and stuff for the salon, and I would spend a lot of time over there just whatever, messing around. So then I'd come back to work, and they'd be disappointed. And it just kind of I was giving a lot of non-interested energy, I guess. But they knew what was cool was Reg, the owner there, knew that I had something in me, and I didn't want to do this, but he knew like I just wanted to go on the floor and do hair again. So this one Saturday I call and I'm like, oh, what was my excuse? Oh, my car battery died. And it was a Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. They're packed. They have like a full day. They need me.
Yeah.
And I'm like dicking around and, of course I got fired. So they said, we just need somebody more reliable. I knew it, and so, but come in on Monday and Reg is going to talk to you. And, when you get your paycheck, just make sure you stop by on that day. And I was so embarrassed and I didn't really want to see him. I was just like, my head was just like, no. And so I'm really messed this up. So
you gave me a shot too.
Yeah. Like I got a shot to be in this company, and I remember I even got to cut his hair one time. He's a little short hair, and I shaved it, and I was really scared. But it was, kind of neat to have that moment with him, who owned this very successful salon company in the Northern Virginia area, and I got a one-on-one time, so that was cool. And anyway, so he. I went in, got my check. They're like, oh, Reg is here and he wants to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And so he comes out and he's like, look, I know that this isn't what you want to do and you're not motivated, which I thought was really cool of him to just acknowledge that.
You see me.
Yeah. And,
I mean, why would you be motivated washing hair all the time? One thing if like one of your shifts you have to do that.
Yeah.
And do other
and
stuff.
In this industry, you have to start, you really should start like that from the ground up. You kind of earn your way up the ladder. Just come in and walk in and throw your blow dryer in a station and start doing hair. Like you got to know
pay
like
your dues
all
a
the
little bit.
Yeah, it gives you respect for what you had to go through, and
a little hazing sort of.
Yeah. And so so then so he says, I know this is what you want to do, and I have a spot for you in Manassas on I think it was like Saturday. And go in there and you'll drive. I'm going to pay you $1 more an hour, which I think it was like $9 or something. It was like not much. This is like 2000. And so I like the year 2000.
Year 2000?
Yeah. So so I got a raise and a promotion from being a screw up.
Getting fired.
Yeah, I know.
So where in Manassas did he place you? Like with the chair?
So I got a chair. Yep. It was Bull Run Plaza, which was ironically right across the street from the restaurant I was serving, like waiting tables at. Yeah. And that was that. So I got
Was that a PR?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a PR. They had just taken over Charles Russell, which I never knew that salon. And so I was in the Woodbridge area, so I didn't really know Manassas that much. Yeah. And it was actually like a little closer for me than having to go up to Tyson's, coming from Manassas or Woodbridge over here. So, so that's what I did, and I loved it. And I came in. I remember I came into work with wigs on, and and just made friends with people, and it was fun. I was young and kind of a fresh take on hair at the time. And there had been some stylists that were with Charles Russell before that. And they were crossing over into the culture of PR partners and learning like what their vision. So, and I was just a fresh person getting to absorb everything that they wanted to give me. So it was cool.
I mean, PR was definitely, that's where I went for quite a while. If you don't want to go to a hair cuttery and you want like a cool guy haircut, then you need to go somewhere that actually has, good stylists and stuff.
Yeah.
So you quit Chili's, obviously, to do that. So how do you, I don't really know this. Do you have to bring in your own business? Do they assign people that just call? Like, how does that work?
So good question. So a lot of times when you're the newer stylist, they're trying to build you up. So every call that comes in, most of the time will go to the newer stylist.
That's kind of cool.
In every salon.
Yeah.
And it is cool. Yeah.
It's like your own lead generation that's built in to the place.
Exactly. And so unless the person specifically says, I want a senior stylist or someone with this amount of experience, or nowadays you can go online and look at the stylist and choose somebody, but that's how it works. So
this was before the internet.
It kind of was.
Only newspapers.
Right. I think MySpace was
MySpace was popping back then. Yeah.
Yep. And so, and walk-ins. So we would get a lot of walk-ins and stuff. And that was interesting. I mean, oh, wow. Like, you just never knew what was going to walk in. And you kind of took everybody that came into.
Right. You're trying to build, it's like your own mini business inside of a business.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do they work with like, you rent a chair from them or you're employed by them?
This place was cool because you worked on commission. So I didn't rent the chair. All the color was supplied for me. All the products were supplied for me. Everything, even the techs that helped me, that supported me, they were all paid for.
So they work that into the margins and they tell you what to charge.
Yep. And so I charge, let's say $60 and maybe I'm going to keep 20 and then they get 40. And then eventually the more you make and the more commission you would get.
Okay.
So, and that was
incentive.
The drive. Yeah. Incentive. Exactly. And we also got commission on selling product, which I already believe in. So that was easy for me. Yeah. And I was pretty good at that. And they took a portion of the cost of the products and put that in an account for you to use for education or tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do a lot of classes and stuff
a
like
lot.
That. Yeah.
But they would send us to classes. So I got a huge, just a huge education with them.
Right.
It was fun. It was like
as much education that you would have had by staying in, maybe more.
What do you mean?
Staying in school?
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Yeah. So I should say, like, Graham Webb gave me a really good foundation in cutting. To this day, I don't think it could have been explained any clearer to me. Just very clear techniques. And that understanding helped me learn a lot of different styles of cutting hair because I had that just basic foundation. Kind of like, I guess, if you're a cook and you learn the cutting skills and you learn these things first, and that's what I always thought was great about that.
Right. But to have to do it for another year or two, maybe not.
And a lot more money.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so, I mean, there's something to it because you can power through it and get done in, I think, less than a year if you're really motivated. But if you do the apprenticeship program, there's an hourly, you have to meet a certain amount of hours, then go take your cosmetology, your state board, and go through all that. It's a little longer, but...
Right.
You can make money while you're doing it.
Right. Yeah.
So you kind of decide. And some people like the name of the university they went to and they want that.
Yeah. The
Bumble and Bumble or Vidal Sassoon or wherever it is. They want that like cred on their
I don't have JMU alumni on anything. I went to NOVA for 2 years and then I went to community college in Harrisonburg for like 6 months. And then I got into JMU. So I did 5 years technically. But as much as I love being there and having that experience, I don't feel like I went to one football game.
Right.
We were more focused on playing music and,
yeah, that's your vibe.
Hollering at girls.
Yeah.
all the fun stuff of college.
Yep.
So how long were you at PR? Was that the last place before you started your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was there for almost 10 years. It was a little shy. It was like 9 years and a few months. And I really loved my time there. I had, like I said, the classes, the education. I got to be part of something called a Fresh Look Makeover, and I had this a year long training on face shapes and skin tones, and hair types and even personalities, how to navigate consultation better. And what that was it was basically, it was giving somebody a complete makeover from start to finish, including clothes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I didn't handle the clothes. They were sent off to a personal stylist that did that part. And we had people that our company worked with. And so they got together. And I loved it. It was so fun to take somebody and discuss everything. I mean, I was giving them makeup knowledge and hair knowledge and color knowledge. And this is going to work for you. And one client I had was asked out by a guy at work. This is one of my favorite things. And so we turned her, I turned her into a redhead. She went back to work to the office and he noticed her. And I guess he had already noticed her, but this was like, oh, wait a minute, something's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And he asked her out.
Nice.
And she had already had her eyes on him, but he didn't make the move. And a year later, he proposed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're still married now.
I'm sure they are. And so I loved that. And I got to be part of that whole thing for her and her wedding day and all that. So that was
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's really neat that you get to touch people and give people that, I don't know, that confidence boost.
Found your husband for you.
Right.
You go, thank me.
Right, exactly.
Blackmail you.
I want name your first child after me.
Yeah, exactly. So what was like the tipping point for, okay, I don't want to work for somebody else anymore?
Yeah.
Was it just...
It's really just life. So I noticed in this area that in order to be successful at that time in the early 2000s, you had to work really late and weekends. And I now got married and I had my first child and I couldn't be the mom and the wife that I wanted to be for my family.
If you're not getting off till 9 on Saturdays.
I was missing bedtime and dinner and the weekends, like birthday parties, I was never able to do that unless I planned way far in advance. And a lot of that didn't happen. So it was tough. It was a big challenge for me to figure out. So what I did before leaving was I cut my schedule down and did different experiments. I would do I would do like a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I was missing every Saturday. And it's like, this doesn't work. And eventually I would do some side business at my home when my firstborn was napping, and realized this is kind of cool. I'm making better money.
I don't have to split.
Yeah, I don't pay any commission. I'm charging them less, so they're happy with that.
Yeah.
We're in just my house, so I'm getting also a lot more intimate conversation, which I like.
They don't want to talk around 20 different people in the salon about what's really happening in their life.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not going to give you all the details.
Yeah. And I want them all.
I want them all. Yeah. So eventually it just got to the point where I didn't see any other option. And in my marriage at the time was starting to not be, it was going downhill, and I thought this might be a good move to try to save some of that. And so that's what I decided to do it. I remembered I wanted 3 Saturdays off in a row in June of 2009. And I knew there was no way I was going to get it when I only worked weekends.
Right.
So I decided this had to be it. And I said I was going to leave. And I remember right before I said I was going to leave, I collected as many names and numbers as I could from my existing clientele so I could get a hold of them.
Do they have non-competes with that?
So it's
too late now.
Yeah, there was a contract involved or something, but what I heard or what I knew was it wasn't enforceable, and it was you couldn't be a certain mile radius, so I couldn't go work 1 mile down the road.
Oh, okay.
And so but as far as I knew, that was nobody was able to ever pursue any legal action with that kind of thing. So, and I wasn't 1 mile; I was a little bit further.
Yeah.
So I did what I had to do. I mean, it was really crazy. I started working at home and I had my child's napping, and I tried to schedule people during the times I knew that Charlie was napping and not, and kind of just working it, figuring it out. I think in the very beginning, it was like Dorothy's kitchen cuts. Just so ghetto. And I didn't know.
I kind of like it.
I know. I needed chat GPT or something, but it's didn't know. And that's what I did. I wheeled out a computer chair. I had a big mirror, and I set it all up on my kitchen island or my table and did and did hair. And actually, a lot of it was new people. A lot of people were like, "Hey, I know somebody that's building a business out of her home. You want to go over there?" And
Oh, that's nice. Referrals are always amazing.
and I didn't realize how many people were open to that at the time. I always had the impression that was less than. Like if you went to a home stylist,
But if I'm saving $50 to $100, that matters.
you're not paying for the overhead
Yeah.
of what that's, the stylist commission. So I was, able to try. I mean, I definitely have overhead. That I wouldn't explain that very well in the beginning. I know this now, but I have to pay for so many things, even just like the extra water and electricity for towels and all the things that I do on my own. I didn't realize that.
You have
So
to
I'd be
work
like,
that into your margins.
yeah, I think I charged, what did I charge? Oh, $40 for a haircut. I was charging $55 in 2009 and in the salon. And I went to 40 because in my mind, it was more than I was keeping in commission, which I thought was around 20, and they were getting $20 savings. So that made sense to me.
Right.
So I tried to make everything in that.
But when you put in the lights staying on, the water, the color,
shampoo, the products, the scissors, the sharpening. I mean, the list is insane.
Yeah.
So there's
I think
a lot
that's the
of
hardest
overhead.
part from going into any business when you're kind of like bootstrapping it, which is what I did with More Brite. I knew that I could drum up business and I knew I could provide the service, but I wasn't necessarily ready for the numbers part of it when I started, and then I've gotten better over the years, but I was like, I'm just happy to have money coming in.
Yeah.
Like I lost my job. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to do something. But then I'm working for like pennies on the dollar by the time I work out my hourly time. So but no one really teaches you that. Even I went to business school.
Right.
I went to business school. I went to JMU for business and we had a class on it, but like I never thought that I would be an entrepreneur. So I kind of didn't really care.
Sure. You weren't putting your all into learning.
Well, after that, I also trying to be a musician.
Right.
I'm just doing this to appease my dad.
Well, and I always say, you're the talent. I'm the talent, not the business, right? Like there's the talent in the business. And I always felt like, can I just be the talent? Someone else do the business part for me?
Yeah, right? Well, enter Brian.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah.
And that was a big learning lesson for me. And I think it really makes me more valuable as a stylist. And if I were to ever have to go into a salon again or want to for any reason, that I understand a lot more about how it works.
Yeah, you could be like the manager of the salon because you did it by yourself for so long.
I ran my own. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
so how long did it take for things to kind of where you're
settle
like,
down?
Okay, I'm okay. Because that's the scariest part from leaving a
scary.
job is like, can I really do this? Especially going into entrepreneurship. Like,
Yeah.
So how long do you think it took? 6 months, a year, less?
It took me a while to get even the hang of like what hours to work. Because in the beginning, I worked every day, all the time. Anytime I could get someone over, as much as I could, right? With still keeping in mind that my goal was to spend more time with my child,
right,
and all that. And so, I was just kind of like an open house, and it was crazy. People came with their kids, and their kids would want to go swimming, or they would want to, I don't know, get into my kitchen or go play with my dogs. It just was like difficult to manage, and I had to
work the Cheez-Its into the margins.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I had to figure out boundaries. I didn't know much about that, and I just was really grateful to have people come over and pay me, and I would just figure it out.
Right. Well, because you had the business before at the salons you were at where they would do
all that
sort of stuff.
Exactly. So, and the other part of it is I also had to manage reminders myself, calling in around and figuring out.
And that was before there was automations like you have now.
Yep. So I had to do everything the hard way. So I would say, I mean, I spent the first like 8 to 10 years doing this. I've been doing this since 2009. So what are we
16
at?
years?
16 years. Yeah. So the first like 10 years, maybe trying to get a handle on how this was going to work best for my life, how I was going to make good money at it. And how could it not consume me? How could I stay off my phone? Like I could still be the mom I want to be, the wife I want to be, and manage my business. My whole thing, which my tattoo says balance, is about balance. Yeah. That's like the whole reason that I believe working for yourself is key because you can create a better balance in your life.
Yeah, hopefully.
If
it doesn't completely take over your life.
Yeah, when you get there. And then, like I said, in the beginning, like I didn't understand boundaries. I didn't get balance very well. I wasn't balanced. I had a lot of, just different priorities, different ideas. I was accepting a lot of people I probably shouldn't have as clients. I was letting people walk all over me. I had people just taking advantage of my time. And I remember this one woman, she would come over, get her hair done, and then ask me if she could pay me later. She didn't have her money with her. And the later was sometimes the next day. And
sometimes it was.
And it was terrifying because sometimes if she was my first client of the week, like let's say this is Tuesday and she was my first person, I would sometimes take her money to go to the color store to buy the color I needed for the rest of the day.
She's your margins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I would take the money I made from those people and make go the next day again and get the rest of the color for the week. I was like just making a little bit back then, and it was stressful. So I now know what to say, how to guide people, and let them know what I expect.
But you have to make profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to make profit.
Yeah. And I need to be paid at the time of the service, right? Like,
yeah.
So
no excuses.
Yeah. I mean,
so how did that stuff sort of like start to evolve where I need to take payment now, where you started getting idea of the right numbers and like, you're closer to a salon. You are getting like it's almost like a luxury to be able to go and just see one person and there's not a bunch of other people. Like it's kind of a higher end thing, especially with what you guys have done with the space.
Yeah. So, like it sort of flowed into this. Like, so then, my divorce or my marriage didn't work out. I remarried an amazing man.
The best man.
The best. Yep. Brian. And so, who was my client. Yeah. So that worked out. And, anyway, and he always had a big, strong support, and he shared my vision. He wanted me to be successful.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, if you marry a partner that...
Well, and he's a numbers guy.
Yes. And he also just celebrated who I was, and he knew that I could do this, and he wanted to see me succeed. And that's invaluable with a partner when you are with somebody that believes in you.
Yeah.
And so, well,
if you showed him the numbers, he'd be like, Nope. Fix this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His spreadsheet.
He's great at that. Like, that's
Absolutely.
how his brain works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. And so anyway, we knew I needed to do a space, my dedicated space. So the part of my house that is like it's like a dining room and
like a formal living room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we converted into my studio.
Yeah.
And
it's a good sized house. It doesn't feel like you're losing
No.
anything.
Yeah.
By having
I like to entertain. I dream about sometimes how it'd be nice if that space could be a fancy dining room and I could have special dinners over there and a china cabinet. But hey, I use this every day.
Yeah.
And so, even on my days off, I have family coming over. I have my kids, my husband. You name it. Right. So even Olive, my dog, likes to climb in that chair. Yeah. So we decided to get really serious about it, and we finally bought the house, and we're able.
When was that again? Like 2018, maybe.
I think it was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when things kicked off. I got Vagaro started, so I was able to do my scheduling.
Game changers.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing that, and they did the reminders for me, and it's a paid service, so that's part of my overhead now. But it's worth it because it streamlines everything. I keep track of all my formulas there, my notes. Everything. There's a lot I can.
Right. That's pretty much Vagaro's. It's really geared just towards salons and stuff like that. But so we're a go high level agency, but it does a lot of those same types of things, and people use it. I'm mostly going after contractors, home service people, but you can kind of make it whatever you want depending on what your needs are. So once you get started on it, you can't leave it.
Yeah.
It makes your life so much easier.
Yeah.
All
I don't even know why you would want to.
The reminders that you got for this appointment,
right,
they come from that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
So there's a lot of extra stuff that you can do. So, if you don't have a CRM, like Vagaro seems really good for salons and
I tried a
massage and
different
stuff.
network, Glass Genius. They just didn't have the data. I really like to see numbers. I like to look at reports so I understand how I'm growing. Where, what if this month wasn't great, what was that because of? Did I take too much time off? Whatever. Right. So, but yeah, so that was cool. So we changed the space, we remodeled, we did the floors, we bought equipment. I got a big girl loan from the bank, and I got all this stuff that I had always wanted, and it was so fun. I
And
already like to shop. So like
Yeah.
it was like getting to design it. Pinterest dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
So, and I love it. I get the wood,
Well, and it almost
walls.
like I imagine probably feels like it validates you in your career a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I have this space that like I created,
Yeah.
and Brian helped obviously, but like I'm legit.
Yes.
I'm just I'm
Yeah,
doing it a
doing it.
different way than they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm legit.
But I also, so it was for my clients too. Like I would tell them one day I'm going to have this cool space and this
Yeah.
is what I think it might look like. And, they're like, okay. And they're sticking with me.
Right.
And so, I mean, I was washing my hair in my sink for 10 years.
Wow.
They went from a experience in a chair at the salon that massaged their backs, had rollers on the back, elevated their feet, with a dimmed lighting, with a personal assistant that was giving them a massage that they chose, like type of massage they wanted, and then they were brought to my chair, to pushing their head in my sink with a towel like this, covering their eyes, and having to we joke around. I waterboarded my client, so I had to keep my kitchen spotless all the time for that.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked, though. I mean,
Right.
we didn't own the house at the time, so I had to make do with what we had.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, and good for them for sticking with you and, giving you the opportunity to get to where you're at now. I mean, that's really cool. But now they're like, we have all this stuff. This is also overhead.
I know. Yeah, you see
Prices are
it.
changing a
Yeah,
little bit.
Prices are going up.
Yeah,
but
so
I
that's
mean,
that's kind of a good segue. Like,
yeah, and I think that they didn't seem to mind paying more, knowing they were getting just a better experience
Yeah.
overall, right? Like, oh, I don't have to go in your sink and I just pay $10 more. Okay,
Right.
fine. But then I had the nice shampoo bowl, which is the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. And then I have two stations and a makeup studio and a photography corner
right.
and a receptionist desk.
I mean, it's
That's a lot of space.
Yeah, it's a lot
great.
of space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that Brian helped, see your vision. That's great for him to support you to do that. I mean, because not everyone would do that.
No, absolutely. And that's,
But was it even that much of a used space, really? Before?
I mean, I had already started working in there full time. Like that was
Okay.
my, so
Yeah, so if we're gonna
but
do it,
not
make it-
before that. No, that was where like our Christmas tree went and the fancy side of the house. And then the,
Yeah.
few nice dinners we had a year, different Thanksgiving and
Right.
this and that. And that's it. And otherwise it became like a place to throw stuff.
Well, it's kind of almost like you've made. If I ever wanted to open my own salon, I know what to do.
Yeah.
I got all the money, the numbers figured out. I have the space, what I would envision it for. Not that that's what
Like vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that because it doesn't line up with balance that I want for me. You
Right.
know, and some people don't want that. Like
Yeah.
but I've always been really big about, I work 4 days a week and 3 days to be a mom, have fun,
Right.
be around my friends, my family, whatever I want to do.
Well, I think that's a lot of reason people want to work for themselves is to have more flexibility.
Yep.
Don't have to go 9 to 5 and then be in traffic for an hour or two
Yes.
each way. Like
9 to 5, 5 days a week is an old idea. I
Right.
think,
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I mean,
work smarter, not harder.
so a lot about, hair and makeup and stuff, but what brought you into photography? Did you have any training at all or
Yeah.
what was your first camera that
Okay.
you bought?
Yes, good. That's a good question. Okay, so, all right. So at PR Partners, we had photographers that worked with the studio, and so we would do hair and makeup and clothes, and we bring that model in front of the photographer, and then I gave away some of my creative freedom, right? Like
Okay.
they would take over and take pictures of the model, and I would run in and maybe fix their hair, or this or that, but it was their vision now. And I always
Right.
wanted that piece of it. I
Yeah.
already liked editing on my phone. So every editing app that existed, I knew about back in the day. I was
still do.
the girl. Yeah. I was like all about that lighting and different filters and all that. And so I wanted to take creative control of everything. And so if I could do the hair and the makeup and the pictures, then I could do this whole thing. So a good friend of mine, Tasha, who is a well-known Northern Virginia photographer.
Yeah.
She lives in Florida now. She and I connected, and she took me under her wings and showed me she's my mentor.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got to go, she taught me her equipment and what to do. And I got to second shoot for her or follow her around photo shoots. and play with her camera sometimes, and until I was ready to do it myself.
Is that what got you into Canon?
So I'm a Nikon.
A Nikon,
shooter.
that's
Yeah,
right,
but she's
yeah.
a Canon shooter.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I could have gone Canon. I don't remember why. I pondered over that decision for so long. You know how I research.
Yeah.
And so I was just I don't
Well, it's
know
an
what
expensive
it was.
investment for something that's not making you money
And
yet.
once you build a kit, you don't really leave. Like once you build a kit of lenses, you're kind of stuck unless you want to start over in a different product line, right? Like if I have
Yeah, but I mean, the
Sony-
lenses we have, I don't know, $4,000 probably, at least.
At least.
At
Right.
least.
Yeah. They're so expensive. So once you get started building a kit with good lenses, you don't really want to like go back to a different.
And you don't want to have to like relearn the software either, right? Like, how do I get to just make it silent shutter all of a sudden? You don't want to have to do that. So once you get used to the interface and everything,
Yeah,
it
totally.
makes it easier. So
Yeah.
why did you not choose what she had?
I don't remember. I think that Nikon was at the time was the leader in fast movement. I don't know.
Low light.
I don't know. Was it,
It was
low
low
light?
light.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't remember.
That was
what
my
it but
first.
she was always it was our joke together for a while that like I was Nikon and she was Canon. But I'll tell you, I ended up having an issue with my first camera and that I bought myself, and the customer service for Nikon was terrible. And that's when I regretted not using Canon. I think their customer service is better now, but it was a big challenge. And I think before you buy any product that's an investment, you should research their customer service.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because you're going to need them probably at some point. And
Yeah.
if they don't support you well, then it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I went Sony, so I had I can't remember if it's a Canon or Nikon, but I bought it for doing music videos, and it wasn't autofocus for video. So I sold it to get a Sony because their video autofocus is great. You know.
Oh, okay.
So that
You
was
just learned. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, now they have the. What'd you get, a Nikon Z?
Yes, I have a mirrorless.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So those are great.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The mirrorless are insane. So
Fantastic.
we're thinking about getting a second one just so when Jesse has stuff, we can both. I can do video, she can do photos and stuff. But I'm used to it, and I haven't really had a problem.
Yeah,
Ever.
that's good.
There's
Yeah.
tons of information on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, you can learn. Well, anyway, so I'll get back to what happened. So I needed a camera, and I knew I needed to do a certain amount of make it a certain amount of money to buy my first camera.
Okay.
I didn't own
Yeah.
one, so I asked my dad to borrow his Canon Rebel,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
T3 or something, and he had like I think one kit lens for it or something, like the big bare bones. And I already had the confidence to sell myself, so I put some blurbs out on
that's awesome.
Facebook or something, and I slashed the price, right, because it was new. So I was like, you're building my portfolio. I don't remember what I charged, but it was like $200 a photo shoot, and they got all the images, not the unedited images, but my edited images from that. And I did 5 photo shoots, and I had enough to buy my camera. It was the coolest thing.
Well, it's such like a guerrilla thing. That's really how it works. I mean, if you want to build a portfolio, that's exactly how you do it.
Yep.
That's,
Well, you can rent your equipment.
yeah, you can do that.
You can
Then you
rent
have the
it.
money to rent it too.
Correct.
If you want to.
Yes,
But if you're really just like bootstrapping it, then I have access to this thing.
Yep.
I'll do it for cheap. I just need enough. So what was your first camera that you bought?
My Nikon D7000.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, I bought
Yeah.
it from a small camera store in Burke, I think. And I don't. They're probably not even there, unfortunately, because it's like everybody. But I don't remember my lens, but it was perfect. I was living large. It was like, okay, I've got my camera. I'm somebody. I'm doing it. So. And that actually makes you very confident once you have the right equipment. I think right? When you have good stuff,
and you know how to use it.
Capability, and you know how to use it.
Yeah.
That's the second key.
Right.
So I watched every video, like you said, on YouTube that I could get my hands on to learn everything I could. And I learned Lightroom and the editing software. And
Hey, who needs college? You got YouTube.
websites.
For real though.
I know, really.
I mean, for creative stuff.
I look at makeup artists doing it that way too. Like
Yeah.
they've never gone to a makeup lesson, and they learned it all on YouTube and self-taught basically, or taught off the internet. It's cool. So I did that, and then that's it. I took off, and I had enough business in the hair industry to connect with people and they were comfortable with me. So
Yeah,
that made
right.
it easy. Like, hey, I already know you and your whole family from hair.
Right.
Would you like me to take
I already make
pictures?
you look good. I'm going to prove that I
I
make
can
you
make
look
you
good.
look good behind
Yeah.
the camera.
Yeah.
And you can come see me for hair and makeup before the shoot.
Right. Exactly.
So, which was cool for me because it was an up sale. So that's
Yeah.
profitable. But
Packages.
I know what I want to see on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I have complete creative control because I can do their hair and their
Right.
makeup knowing I'm doing it for the pictures.
Yeah.
Right. And then when we're there, I'm doing my own touch-ups and I'm doing hairspray or bobby pins or whatever I needed to do. Oh, it was so fun. I also had a really good time with, like I did these like upscale boudoir, like what was it
Boudoir?
called back in the day? Not that I did do some of those. That's not for me, but it's too much. But it was what were the glamour shots?
Oh, glamour shots?
Yes.
We need to bring that back.
Okay. Oh.
What if we did New Year's Eve party and glamour shots? Like a
Oh, like boas,
It
like
just-
the big boas, and
Oh my
like the
gosh.
big fluffy hair, and the collar up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can see your vision.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
everything has like the glow effect on it though, too.
The very
from the
soft,
90s. Yeah.
the clarity all the way down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening this New Year's. You're not invited.
I know. The glamour shot New Year's Eve party.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It's not a bad idea.
That is amazing.
It's not a bad idea.
Not at all.
So how do you what made you go into portrait? Because we're like doing
Yeah.
real estate and food photography. Food is great because we get to eat all the food, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah, I know. My cousin's wife was a food photographer in Chicago,
Yeah.
and she they got into every restaurant. The coolest thing.
Yeah.
You guys are. That's amazing.
I'm down
so
for it.
pumped about what
so
you're
what
doing.
made you choose it was a natural progression by you're sitting in the chair, you say, hey, if you ever want to do, photos, and then you have enough portfolio by doing the first
And
five
I
for
changed the
cheap.
name of my business to the Hair Stylist Photog. So
Yeah.
that was one of the big things. Advertising that's what I do is hair, makeup, and pics. Was another thing. Integrating like that other component. And then I had to figure out how to like balance that.
Yeah.
Because now I've got 4 days of behind the chair. Now I'm doing 1 or 2 days on the weekends shooting, sometimes more. And I've got all this editing to do.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, ugh, like this is frustrating because like I'm tired from working and now I got to stay up later and do editing. And I had to like kind of hone that in to figure out how that was going to really work for what my philosophy is on my life, right?
Yeah, because
So-
the editing takes quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's all behind the
and
scenes.
you're very detailed in your editing.
Yeah.
I looked over your shoulder on vacations and stuff. So, I mean, do you have like a style? Is there a way that you could like teach somebody this is how to do it and pay them to do it?
So I definitely could. You mean like outsource my
Yeah,
editing? Yeah, I could definitely
Like,
do
this
that.
is what I want. Like, it might be
Yeah.
detailed that you have to do, but they charge you $1 or $2 per picture to do it, and you can watch the show.
That's definitely a way for me to grow and I know that there's in business that in order to grow you have to outsource or hire somebody. You have to, that's how you keep moving forward because you can't do it. You can't be everything.
Right. But if you really love the organic times when you're with the people and getting them set up, if you teach someone this is my editing style, it's going to take you some time. But once you do it and you find 2 or 3 people like VAs that can do it, it's worth it.
You also don't have to teach them, right? Like I think you can send off your style, like what you do, and as long as you include all the metadata or whatever it is, they can see what you've done. And
Oh, really?
And then they can just pick up all of that information and go, okay, this is what she likes. She blows out her exposure, or she sharpens real tight, or adds a little clarity, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they can just like, or she
Right.
crops this certain way. I mean, they can pick up on your style usually, I
Yeah.
think, without you having to show them.
Yeah.
So I just never explored that. I always I
kind of have fun
I
doing
like
it.
editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
second
problem.
part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it would be good to have a backup. Let's say you got like
Totally.
2 or 3 different shoots in a weekend. And like, I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Right.
You
I'm
know,
screwed.
to have
Yeah.
that option
Yeah.
would be. So Jessie's doing that. So she's learned editing for food photography and real estate photography. I've done some classes and stuff on YouTube, whatever. So we can do it. But how much time do we have in a day?
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
if we can find some people that can do it, like we like doing it too. Like it's a fun thing. But when you have multiple
You
jobs.
just
and
can't do it all.
Yeah, exactly. At some
Until
point,
we can't. Until
right.
we can.
Yeah. You just
we're cloned.
Well, you just sleep and work. Otherwise,
Right.
there's no fun stuff that
No,
happens,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. And then you feel overcommitted and then you don't enjoy these things that you originally did. Like that's a
Yeah.
huge problem,
Right.
which I think we talked about covering that is that, how do you avoid burnout?
Mm-hmm.
And that is part of the way that we avoid burnout. I avoid burnout is by, going, okay, I've been doing too much of this color and I just kind of need a change. And now I'm going to do makeup. I'm
Yeah.
going to teach a makeup lesson,
Yeah.
or now I've got a photo shoot, or now I'm teaching a pizza class.
Yeah.
And so I think that is been key for me. I'm very ADHD, undiagnosed, like professionally, but I think that about myself. And in order to stay inspired and focused and passionate as an artist, I mean, that's really the component of everything I do is art. I'm a creative person, is staying passionate. And the passion goes away if it feels like I'm giving away too much of my time professionally and not getting enough personal time.
Right. So I took a test with my sister. She did her own separate one for ADHD. 75% chance I have it.
So it's very slight, very small.
Very, very small chance. She was like 80 something. So, I don't know if I would take medication for it.
I kind of like it about me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't
think
know
I
how
want
to
the
be any
medication.
different.
Yeah.
Like I can be laser focused on a task.
Yeah.
It gets a little overwhelming sometimes, like having a billion different things going. But the more organized you get, the less. Like Vigaro probably helped you a ton.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And getting like organized. Like
Yep.
I know I have to do this today, and
Yep.
I can.
And I use a lot of different things. I have a planner, a written planner. I have a calendar planner. I use the Apple stuff. I'm a big Apple fan,
Yeah.
so I use all of that.
Me too.
I love those apps that help you manage time better. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but like you basically put in everything you're trying to accomplish and it finds you time in your day.
Oh,
and you have
cool.
like 5 minutes to do this. And then, so like say you have a trip that you want to look at and it goes, hey, at 3:00 today, you're going to spend 15 minutes looking up just this one thing.
Oh, that's kind of
So
cool.
it helps you kind of like get through that.
Instead of having like, because it feels like, at least for me, the stacks just keep on stacking up of all the random little small things that you're like, I want to do that. And then you don't make time for it because you got to work or you got to do whatever. So having something like that
It helps assign it. And so that's why I use a written planner. It keeps me off my phone for a minute, but I write down all the things that I like, the big umbrella of ideas that I like want to get to at some point. And then I keep going back to it. Well, because you're adding to it, so you kind of are forced to look at it.
Cross things off.
Yeah, I still want to do this. And then you start to figure out what your priorities are. Like that one means the most. So I'm going to tackle that this week. And then you just get through it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't have to either. Like you can just kind of throw
Yeah,
it,
if it's fun
just
stuff,
like,
but
whatever.
but don't forget that you wanted to do it.
Right, exactly.
know?
But it keeps you focused on dreams and goals and aspirations and interested in something instead of like hawing through life like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you kind
totally.
of just keep yourself driven.
Right.
And motivated.
Well, it keeps your thoughts organized.
Yeah.
'Cause
exactly.
Otherwise, you're like, go to bed and be like, oh, I got that to do. I got that to do. I got that to do. Like, and otherwise, that
It's written down.
it's done. I can
it.
fall asleep. I can watch TikTok for a while. And I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. For 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So in the photography stuff, I think so. Jesse doesn't really like doing like photographing people. So what do you do to like get people's
Loosen up.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to get them to feel comfortable? Because a lot of people are not great on
No,
camera.
they're scared, and it's normal to feel that way.
Yeah.
If they've never been, I mean, even me.
Oh, not me.
Hey, yeah, you have your signature look
Yeah.
like thing. It's hard for people sometimes to fall right into a character, right? And that's kind of what you're doing when you're taking a picture. So I assure them right away, I don't expect you to be good at this. Like, I'm going to help you. We're going to work at this together. It's going to be progress throughout the shoot. So in the beginning of a shoot, I know that they're really nervous. They don't.
You can sense the people that are.
They're always nervous,
Yeah.
right? It's like that feeling like they're on. It's showtime.
Yeah.
So I say, you know what? We're just warming up. There's nothing here I need to get. I'm just practicing. I'm going to see what your good angle is, like how you're comfortable. And then I start talking to them, like, because I know that,
like the hair stuff
like,
too.
Hey, yeah. So what about this? And isn't it hot today? Or look at that plant, or that's weird. I don't know. Whatever. We're not talking about like you stand still and pose. I also really like natural looking photography. I like expression to come through. I like real expression, and I also like the experience of the photo shoot to become a memory that was enjoyable and fun. So when I look
instead
at those
of like, I
pictures,
hated you when I was smiling at you.
yeah. Right. I didn't want to be there another minute. Like,
Yeah.
I want them to remember these little moments and kind of walk away going, that was cool. That was fun. And then looking at the pictures, showing that they had fun.
Yeah.
Like, that was a real smile. That was a real laugh.
Right.
You know, or I had to jump up, down, and skip, and that was so silly. And that made me like, this is a great picture. So, I warm them up. We do that first. And then
Nothing worse than a mean photographer.
I can't imagine. Or like,
someone that's really serious.
Yeah, like your school photographers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, right. Sit up. No, that's not it. Nope. That's
Turn
not
a little
it.
bit to the left.
Yes. Angle your head.
I looked great. My senior portrait, I had a peach fuzz mustache. No one told me not to do that.
You thought you had friends.
Oh man. Yeah. At different schools I did.
Yeah, so that's how I warm them up. And then what I like to do, if there's more than one person, if it's a couple or a family or whatever, is I kind of guide them with little cues. Like I'll say, hey, tell her a funny joke. Or with kids, I'll tell the parents, make farting noises. Or we'll we'll start laughing about something. And it helps to generate real emotion.
Yeah. Organic
Emotion. Yeah. So it doesn't look phony.
Not
And
smiling.
it's comfortable. Yeah. And then it's funny because the shoot goes by faster than they ever realize. And then they get nervous that they didn't get enough pictures. And I'll
you've
have
taken
like
hundreds.
500 pictures. Yeah. And I'm like, no, we've got it.
Yeah. So how does the editing part, like do you, I'm asking this as a friend, like how do you go through and decide that's worth it, that's worth it, that's worth it? Is it just like a gut, I like it sort of thing?
Are we talking about the culling process?
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the culling process, which is what you call when you're sorting through all of your images and you kind of have a rhythm of how to do it quick. And there are so many videos on this, by the way. If you want me to point you into some of that, it's helpful. You get a lot of photographers share their culling process, and it helped me big time because I like Lightroom. So there's a flagging system and you just roll through. And what I do first is go through as quick as possible. No motion. And if I got like 5 pictures, I try to
yes, that sort of thing.
Yep. Just get through a bunch of them until you collect it. Because I'm only trying to guarantee about 30 pictures average, right? So if I have 500, I got to make quick decisions. So they jump out at you. The ones that you know are good, or the ones that are going to edit better.
Yeah.
So quickly go through them as fast as possible, and then start with the ones that you know are going to be the best. Because I'm now generating previews for that person, right? And I want to get some out there, and I want to see what I got too, right? So it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Then, so let's say I've collected like 50 pictures now, right? That I've out of the 500 that I know are going to probably be good. I'll hone in on the first 10, and I'll start pumping out some colors and deciding if it needs to be black and white or color, or if I'm going to make these really vibrant, or these are going to be like muted colors. And then I start to feel around with the client to see if they're like happy with, I usually give them stuff that night. Everybody's excited.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Just a few. Like,
yeah,
it depending on time.
Like teaser.
If it was late when we all got back home and something else is going on, no. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to give them a few.
Well, I think that also like gives a little relief to yourself that you captured something, and it gives you a little bit of time, so they're not expecting 25, 30 photos at once. They know they're going to look good, so they kind of just aren't scared anymore. Not that they would be, but like that's kind of
the relief comes over. Oh, you got some really good shots.
Yeah, they're excited to see the rest of them.
Yeah, and if I think they're nervous, I will show them. I don't like to, but I'll show them the back of the camera real quick and say, "Look at that," and just so they can go, "Oh, that looks amazing," and then they can go
get a good golden hour going.
Yes, anything like just something that they can make them feel confident with it. So I try to give them a few, and then I generate a little preview and I share it online with their permission. And then, that's it. And then the fun started. And then I usually take 2 to 3 weeks, depending. Like it can be longer, 3 or 4 weeks if it's a bigger shoot, like a full shoot. If there's a time crunch, I will work with them sometimes. That can cost more depending on, how fast they want them. But because time is money, and if I
Yeah.
have to
And
stop
if I have to
everything else,
prioritize,
yes,
if you're my priority now,
now
then
you're
I
my
have
party.
to
You
do
have
it.
to make
Yeah.
everything else wait. Then yeah, that can cost. But you know, I get it. So. You know, you have grad announcements that need to go out, or you have Christmas cards, or whatever it needs to be.
Right.
So, I sometimes do portraits in my studio, and do just like headshots for people. I've done that many times. Real estate agents,
Yeah.
applications for different things. I think more recent, I had a few guys that needed pictures for auditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was cool. So, you know, and I love that too. I
Right.
just like, I like that. I'm really into the headshot kind of thing, but I also like to create a story and movement. And I
So
don't
do
know.
you like, do you consider yourself more of a hairstylist than a photographer or reverse?
I would say
Or are
I'm a
you just more of a
hairstylist.
creative?
I'm a creative. Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%. You know,
But the bulk
I'm
of
glad you
the
brought that
more
up.
part of your business is the hairstyling. But
Yeah,
if it
that's
ever,
my-
you could still do the photography
And
as
makeup.
much as you can do, right?
Yes.
And still have a life.
Yeah. So when I first started doing hair, I'm really glad you brought this whole topic up, okay, about how do you hone in or do you keep it broad? I was told to pick either hair or makeup because I liked both. And this was just in the very beginning years,
Yeah.
right? And because I was doing those makeovers and I didn't want to pick. I
Yeah.
loved both. I didn't want to just be makeup artist or hairstylist. I wanted to do it both. Why can't I tell my client, I just did this beautiful color on you and now I'm going to match the lipstick you need because I know this will look good on you, right? Like
Yeah.
this made sense to me. So I just grew that. I said, screw you guys for telling me. I mean, a lot of my bosses did not think it was a good idea for me to stretch and expand so much because when you have a niche and you're focused on this one thing, you're the best at it.
But if I'm unhappy doing the one
Doesn't
thing
make
all the
me
time,
happy. Yeah, exactly. I need lots. Like I said, I'm ADHD. I need
Yeah.
I like to be passionate. So if I can redirect into different artsy things I like to do,
Right.
then and
Be
take
like,
my
oh, I haven't done
creativity-
makeup in a couple weeks. This is gonna be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Or I'm doing a photo shoot this weekend. This is awesome. Like I'm doing color every day, all day, and now I get to do a photo shoot this weekend.
Right.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So, but I also get really excited about coloring hair, and sometimes just catching up with clients.
Right.
So knowing what I know they're going to want to do, and they come in and we talk about it, and then then we get to talk about all the
Yeah.
stuff
all
that's
the
been going on
goss,
with them.
all the tea,
Yeah,
as
all
the kids
all
say.
the
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
So it's I would say the biggest thing is hair, right? Because that's my bread and butter. That's my always booked. Everybody's hair grows. I always have something that needs
Yeah.
like photography isn't like that.
Recurring revenue.
Makeup isn't like that, right? But hair always needs done, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna grow. It's gonna
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, yeah, and I'm really big on pre-booking before they leave because I mean, otherwise everybody knows we fall off track, and if you don't book your appointment, you are probably not getting in. Like,
Yeah.
so, and then and I have some really good clients that are really good about keeping up with coming back. Like not rescheduling. And I love that about them. And it's worked out great. So I do that 4 days a week. And then I do photography on the weekend. So I'm definitely more of a hairstylist.
Yeah.
And then I do makeup also as needed.
Right.
I also teach lessons. That's really fun.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
love it. Any age, I have had older women, younger women at different stages of life, maybe just never had, I don't know, just any training on how to do it.
Yeah.
And so, and like the internet now isn't what it was, right? We didn't have that resource. So a lot of girls just never learned. And their moms weren't into it or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and they didn't read magazines. I was obsessed with makeup. So I read everything that ever came out. But so, yes, I teach classes too. And I have a lot of fun with that.
So how did pizza get involved?
Pizza.
I mean, you're a great, like, not classically trained chef. You're probably one of the best amateurs. You and Jesse are a ragtag team for
Yeah,
sure.
She kills it.
Like,
oh my gosh. Her barbecue.
I know I
and mac and
liked her, but once I had her food, I was like,
I love
she's
this
mine
girl.
now.
Yeah, I'm not letting this go.
Yeah, exactly. So how did that? Were you always like cooking as a kid?
No, I wasn't. So
Didn't start cooking till
no, I didn't
Charlie?
have a lot of interest in it until I got married. When I married my first husband, I kind of just fell into like, well, we should have some food at home, and I need to
Yeah.
figure out how to do this. So it was just and I had friends. My friend Jennifer, she taught me a lot. And we used to work together, and we're still friends to this day. And I just kind of started to get an understanding of what it took to make food and to make food good and follow recipes. And then what's funny is this one year, Brian and I did a Blue Apron.
Okay.
And that really changed everything because it took what we were always like, what's quick, what's fast, to, well, cutting food is part of the process. You just have to know. It's always going to happen. You always need to slice up veggies, cut up meat, whatever it is you're getting into. Make a sauce. So it expanded our understanding of what a good dinner looked like and how long it could take.
Yeah.
So that's what changed everything. So once I got used to that, then it was like, oh, I'm okay with making a dinner. It takes an hour sometimes. Like most of my meals take 45 minutes to an hour probably.
And they're delicious.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is this like another passion that's kind of developed from the creative? It's creative.
It's creative.
It totally is.
Yes, it falls in line with that. And I have become a huge foodie over, the last like 20 years. And I love restaurants. I love fine dining. I love going to a chef's, any of that. I even have imagined going to culinary school. I just don't know how
you're just starting over
with it. Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah. So it's like I nurture that with cooking for friends and my family.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that the love of cooking, pizza is always in there. It's always has been. I've always made my own dough. I've learned how to crank up my oven and make pizza as best I could. Then I found out about the Uni pizza oven.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
It
dun.
makes it great. Yeah.
Well, I wanted it. I wanted it for a really long time. Ever since I heard about it, I thought this is so cool. It's kind of affordable, and
Is it gas?
Mine is gas. There's gas and wood.
Okay.
And so I asked Brian, and he was like, "No, we don't need this.
Another thing.
Yeah. Where are we gonna put it? Yep. He's not into that. He's definitely not into collecting a lot of stuff, and which I need because I am, and we balance each other out. And then one day something changed, and he decided that was going to be my gift.
You talked about it long enough?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And again, like he just decided, okay, she still talks about this. Let's do it. So he gave it.
Right.
To me
If
for
it's just like you
anniversary.
mention it one time.
Right.
And it's a big piece, but if you're talking about it for months or years,
yes.
then yeah.
And also, I think he was tired of me smoking out the kitchen with the oven. So like
always a little selfish.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Like every time I cooked after the first pizza, it would start to get smoky from whatever, and it just became a big nightmare. Yeah. So like this was a good option to cook outside. So I got this, and I was all in.
Yeah.
Like got the app, YouTube, everything, pizza all day long, like just very hyper focused. And I understand micro obsessions are part of ADHD.
I think that where they are like turned into something good is like, I'm going to start doing lessons. I'm going to start making money from this thing that I'm already passionate about. You can find a whole new career or another side business. Yeah.
I mean, anything. If you like it enough and it doesn't feel like work and you feel like you can have fun with this and enjoy some of the grueling stuff about it, then it can become a thing for you. Just, so I got into it for a year almost solid. I learned the best dough recipes. I learned the ins and outs of making it. I burned a lot of pizza. I messed up a lot of stuff. I made it for friends. I started having these like pizza nights. I think we had one pizza party for you guys. Yep, for our friends. To go boxes and like just wanted it to be like fun. And I like to romanticize my life and make things extra. I'm not
There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
You know?
I appreciate that because a lot of people are like, do whatever is easy, and I am not that way. I will do whatever is big and bad as it can be. I don't want to take the shortcut. I want it to be the coolest it can be. As much as
also,
I can
especially for friends and stuff, like I remember that first pizza had arugula, tomato. I think you had mozzarella, balsamic vinegar. Come on now. Nice crispy undercarriage, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I got into that and started becoming more confident with it. And it became a fun thing to talk about to people. And I was at a party for That's past St. Patrick's Day. And so in March, and got to talking to this woman, and I think pretty quickly I talked about pizza. It's easy. We all like it.
Yeah.
And so I was telling her how I make pizza, and I've got this oven and all this, and it's been really fun. And she goes, "Oh, my boyfriend owns a brewery, a local brewery, and we've been wanting a pizza class really bad. Like we've been looking
Shout
for
out
something."
Joe from Heritage Brewing.
That's right. And so
Trying to get him on here. He's hard to lock down.
Probably busy,
Busy
guy.
yeah.
And so we got to talking about it, and you're at a party and you just think we're small talking. That sounds cool. An idea comes up. I didn't know if that would ever really go anywhere. But I was kind of interested in the idea. I'm really big on like pushing my limits and trying new things and seeing, trying stuff that scares you.
Well, yeah, that really is part of like entrepreneurship in general. Like anytime you start charging money for something new,
It's a little scary.
It's a little scary,
Yeah,
but a
there's
little fun.
expectation.
Yeah,
A
I
little
mean,
fun. Yeah.
you got to prepare. You got to make sure you're not going to disappoint people. But kind of Jesse's somewhat going through that a little bit now. But once you have it under your belt, it's like, it's just exciting now.
Yeah.
Like the first time I played a show, holy crap, I was scared.
The adrenaline, but you did it.
But I did it, and
did
like
it.
even though we weren't very good, like people liked it, and it's.
And they were supportive, and
Yeah,
your friends came out, and you just get better. And everybody likes to see that, right? The process, the growth. They're like, this is going to be big.
Right.
Yeah. So I like really, I didn't know. I didn't know if the pizza was, if that was going to actually come to fruition. I just knew we talked about it a little bit. It sounded exciting. We exchanged numbers, and that was that. So I think a week or two, she got back to me and said, "Hey, I talked to Joe, and he wants to meet up with you. And like,
Cool.
have you come up?"
He's a great guy.
Yeah, super nice, super easygoing, and it was cool. So I went up to. I was so nervous. I made like 8 pizzas, and I was running behind, and it was stressful, and like, I was overdoing it, because I just was like pretty pumped about it. And I came up there with like all this pizza and everything, and we just sat and talked the logistics of it and how it could work because.
And they tasted
I've never taught a class before, and they tasted the pizzas.
You've taught classes
I've taught things
people.
before, but not a cooking class of any style.
Yeah.
Only like in the hair makeup industry, So, so this was like, I don't. How does this even look? I don't even know. I haven't taken a cooking class like that. I don't even know what that would be like. So I started watching some videos on it. He was into it, and I was excited to try it. I was happy they liked the pizza.
Yeah, no, it's delicious. That stands for itself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we signed up. So we did the first class, and I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Like we just had to buy so much stuff. But now I've got it all the equipment, and there's a lot that goes into it. You don't you think like, I'm just going to make some pizza dough and get some toppings, or we're going to show up and we're going to talk, no, there's pizza boxes for leftovers. There's pizza peels for everybody to have. There's gas for the grill. I probably need another oven, but that's besides the point. But there's just a lot.
Hear that, Brian?
I know.
I need another one.
If we had 2, I think the class would be more successful.
Go faster.
It just takes a long time to get through each one. But the best part about those pizza ovens is it's like a 90-second, 2-minute max.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, per person. So it's more about just getting through the line of that. So, but the first class was a blast. I had a lot of friends come and support me. I had friends show up just to eat. You guys came.
Yeah, just to eat.
Hang out. I made some extra pizzas for people, and they had beers, and football season is going to be kicking off. My next one's the first day of the football season.
When's that?
September 7th.
Okay.
So
This will be out way before that.
Yeah. Is it what?
This will be out way before that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So plenty of promotion time.
Good. All right. And so I have to actually get that Brite set up, or Eventbrite set up. So, but I kind of like the idea of doing football and pizza.
Oh yeah.
They'll come up on a Sunday, hang out, watch. They have huge TVs there, so they can watch the games, hang out with friends. I'm doing a pizza class. The girls could do pizza class if they don't want to watch football.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Or if there's dudes that don't care about football. I don't know. You know what I mean?
They'll be there for...
Or their game is later.
Yeah.
They can just do the pizza class and then do the game. Whatever. So
how do you see that like fitting in your list of jack of all trades?
That's a good question. So it's time.
Is it just something that kind of breaks up the monotony of doing what you've been doing for a while?
Yes. And it's cool. It's like my friend Peyton said, it's a passion project.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, pay as well as hair, right? And that's okay. But so I do make some money at it now that I've bought everything that I need.
Yeah.
But so financially, it's not the biggest game, but that's okay because
But if you only do it once every
couple months,
every couple months,
I think their goal is to have me come every month, and I need to get to that now that once my 18-year-old will start Virginia Tech, and then my other kiddo will be in 8th grade, I can kind of hone in now and focus on
right.
I think
And once a month is not too much.
No, it's not.
It's where you can handle it. It's like, okay,
and
whatever.
I'm going to get better at making this less time consuming for me because I put a lot of stress on myself, and I was going.
When it's your first couple times,
shopping
you're trying
for
to do
the best
good.
vegetables, the best everything toppings, and then making the dough, and then making sure that's perfect, and then having something they can keep, and it's a lot. And again, Brian, huge shout out.
Yeah, yeah.
He does so much for me. He gets that all clean and prepped and knows how to load the car. Then when I get back and I pass out asleep because I'm exhausted from teaching,
He's got everything unpacked in 20 minutes.
And he will go and start washing all the dishes, which isn't actually a one-day process.
Yeah.
Because there's like those containers. It's a lot of work.
Right.
So, I mean, when you, ladies, guys, when you have a partner, find somebody that believes in you and supports you fully, because it makes all the difference in your life.
And I think that's what people don't do enough is validate. They just kind of go off of, they think they're cute or something.
Yeah,
but do they check the boxes of what's good for your personality? Yeah. I didn't, before Jesse, I just went for who I thought was hot or
very small list.
Yeah, I mean,
got it.
Do. Yeah. But it wasn't like I just assumed that everyone was a nice person. And they're not.
And they're
not. And they're not always supportive.
No. And they're sometimes threatened by you.
Yeah.
And they don't want to see you succeed.
Right.
Even if they think they love you, they don't necessarily want you to look better than them.
Right.
And that happens.
But Brian's like, if you're succeeding, we're succeeding.
Correct.
And that's...
Yes. We love to say teamwork.
Don't get rid of him.
No, never.
Okay, so some of the fun things. If you could do hair and makeup for any celebrity or public figure, who would it be?
Okay. I love Gwen Stefani, obviously.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
No doubt. That would be cool. I would really like to meet her. She's just such a fashion icon to me and just a cool person. And I love that she stays girly. She has her nails done. She has her hair, makeup, and she's doing her thing. And I love that component of her, the way that she's just so eclectic all around.
Yeah.
So she'd be pretty cool to talk to and to do hair and makeup.
Yeah, absolutely.
For. Yeah. I'd be so nervous.
Make it happen, TikTok.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So here, not so fun, but what advice would you give to anyone that is wanting to go out on their own and be an entrepreneur?
Okay. Yeah. So the first thing I need to say is know your worth, believe in yourself right away, no imposter syndrome. Just you have to make money for this to be successful. I've seen other people try to have small endeavors, big endeavors, and the biggest challenge is they don't have the confidence to charge their worth. It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to do what you got to do, and you don't have to justify that. A comparison is a thief of joy. Big on that. Don't compare yourself to other people. Oh man, I have so many books I could recommend too about this, but I just believe in yourself, believe in what you're offering and become good at it and hone in on the compliments. Don't listen to the criticism unless it's valid.
Yeah.
Unless it's something you could see yourself. But if it's like no one's going to pay that, don't believe them. Just keep going through it and get to where you can be. So.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to make a living. But, and the service that you're providing. I think, the hardest part is probably pricing yourself where it's the right price, but then being scared to lose it, which I think, scared to lose a job.
Yeah.
Or the project or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where I was in the beginning. But now I'm pricing myself. I think this is fair.
Yeah.
If you don't, then someone else is going to.
You're just not the right fit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you're the cheap person, then find somebody else. Yeah. I hope you do.
And And what's funny is money is just energy. It's just an exchange of, to me, it's just an exchange of like, hey, in order to like do this thing for you, I need you to give me this, right?
Right.
Like I've paid $700 for a meal for Brian and I before, right?
Yeah.
I paid, exactly, but like we've paid that,
Yeah.
right? And where some people would do that, but then maybe not pay $60 for a haircut,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
so it's value, and people find value in different things. So if they find value in what you're offering, they have tried other avenues and maybe have been unsuccessful, and they're ready for somebody that charges more because they know
Right.
they're good at it, and they'll pay that. And I think that's important to know. So, and it makes me better at what I do. When I'm paid the way I feel I should be paid, I am more serious. I know that they are grateful. I know that they take me seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, how do you find clients now?
So
Is it just work like friends of friends, or?
I am blessed.
Yeah.
I use that word as a funny thing.
Well, most
I'm not
businesses
a
that I have on
religious
here,
person,
there's
but yeah.
a bunch of marketing stuff that
No,
they do.
so
and all that.
I don't have cards. I am word of mouth mostly. Lucky. If I do somebody's hair and they post it, a lot of times one of their friends sees that and then I get a recommendation from them.
Yeah.
I have had several years. I mean, I've been doing it on my own for 16 years that I've not been able to take new clients. I am at capacity. And I know I'm at capacity when I can no longer make that person a 6-week appointment because
Oh.
there's nothing available.
Yeah.
So that's when I stopped taking new clients because I don't want to lose this person that I've just connected with. So
Right.
I prioritize those people.
The consistent people that are always
Yeah.
there
That
for
show
you.
up, that make the pre-book, and they don't cancel, or if they do, it's very infrequently.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, those are my main core people that I'm dedicated to. And I also value myself. I know there's a lot of hairstylists out there that struggle with this, but I try to never call out or cancel appointments. I'm really big about that. If I want them to be good to me, then I need to be good to them.
Yeah.
So I always try to, my work ethic is to, I don't cancel. If
Well,
I
and it's on your calendar for weeks or months.
Yes, I knew yes.
Yes.
And all my business and the way I set it up, it's code for me. And I mean, I'll cancel a lot of things in my life, and they know that, and they're really good to me. And they'll say, "Hey, listen, if your daughter has a game and you need to take off or whatever, let me know." And I will say, "Hey, is that okay?" And like,
Yeah.
but I try to get them in right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'll move things around, but that's the flexibility of working for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's what's great about it. It's stressful, but the longer, I mean, once I'm 16 years in, I'll probably be less stressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still figuring it out.
But
I'm only
I think
5 years
fear
in.
is a good thing. If you have a little fear in it,
Yeah.
you're doing good. You're expanding. You're growing. If you are super like laid back, then what are you doing? You got to take chances.
Yeah, I
right?
do play scratch offs that I'm hoping to get $5 million from. So
Doing the right thing, Mike.
once a week scratch off.
Yes.
You got to pay the $20 ones. You're not going to get it from the $5 ones.
Absolutely.
You gotta,
Mike. Take a risk.
Yeah,
Take a
I'm
risk.
a net positive
Live
at
in
this point.
Is this your savings plan? Like,
No, I have a Roth IRA, so it's fine.
that's what
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up most of the stuff. But do you have anything else you want to mention?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we went all over the place with like a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more to probably talk about, but like
We could do a round two.
yeah, at some point. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I mean, I'm overall, I just should say, like, I'm super grateful for my clients. Like we're like a team, they support me, they support they buy products from me sometimes. I get a lot of them are great tippers, which, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But like, and I just like, I'm so grateful that I get to have the life I have, and they support it, and they see us, and it's like we all work together.
Yeah, it's like a life that you built, that you actually wanted to,
Yeah.
which I don't think a lot of people have
Yeah.
that opportunity. They're living a life that someone else built for them,
Right.
and they're just
They didn't
the
see
worker
that.
bee.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I get to be involved in my kids' lives heavily. I get to be involved with my husband, whether he
Yeah.
wants it or not. And he's again super. He folds my towels. He does my laundry. I mean, he's like my partner in crime. Like
Oh yeah. I mean,
without
if
him,
we have
this
a
is not
pool
happening.
party, he's like, your stuff is ready outside the next morning.
100%. He's the
All the
ordinance.
stuff you left.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah,
He
he's
will love
got it.
and he will get it back to you.
Yeah.
You won't forget that. Yeah. But I mean, he's just such a great like supporter of me, and like
Yeah.
it's really like one of the main reasons I've been successful with this.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, I guess, getting to know you guys. And like, I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Jesse, which is really cool. Like some of my best friends in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
We feel the same.
how can people find you? Hair Stylist Photog?
Yes. Okay. So that's the thing about my business, that it's difficult. Okay. So the hairstyle.
I can put it all in the description.
Yes,
so
we could do
just
that.
send me
Okay.
links.
Hairstyles Photog is literally my photography entity. Wine Hair Date on Instagram is my hair page, which I have slacked a little bit on posting lately. I need to get better about that. Then I have a food page, Better with Onions. That's still alive. It's still
Okay.
it's still kicking like soft, And then I've got this is the mind of an ADHD,
Yeah.
50 tabs open.
Yeah.
And then I've got
You
my
should see
personal page.
computer right now.
Exactly. So you get it. So yeah, so there's lots of ways to find me. I mean, if you look up Dorothy Schwetz, on Google,
Yeah.
there's a ton of stuff that comes up from that itself. So
Well, thank you for joining me again.
thanks for having me.
Cheers.
yeah,
Love you,
cheers.
friend.
Love you too, friend.
Bye.
This has been great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks.